vastness of space had always intrigued humanity. For centuries, they looked up at the stars, wondering what lay beyond their own fragile sphere. When the first-generation starships became a reality, humanity finally had a means to explore the celestial wonders they had only glimpsed through telescopes. The EOS, an interstellar ship powered by advanced fusion drives and guided by an AI capable of self-evolution, was humanity's most ambitious project. Its mission was to journey to Proxima Centauri, the closest stellar neighbor, to uncover the mysteries that had eluded Earthbound astronomers. Captain Alara Nix had trained her entire life for this moment. Selected not just for her expertise in astrophysics but also for her unyielding resolve, she was the epitome of a modern explorer. As she stood on the bridge of the EOS, the hum of the ship's systems was a comforting reminder of the years of engineering behind her. The crew, a mix of scientists, engineers, and explorers, was handpicked for their skill and adaptability. Each individual carried their own dreams, fears, and hopes for what lay ahead. The journey began with the ignition of the fusion drives, propelling the ship away from Earth's orbit. As the EOS accelerated past the limits of conventional human travel, the blue sphere of Earth faded into a speck. Time on board was measured differently. Weeks became months as the crew adjusted to life in the confines of the starship. The AI, named Solaris, monitored every system, every crew member, and every decision with precision. Its voice, calm and reassuring, became a constant presence, offering guidance and companionship. The first year passed uneventfully, the crew falling into a rhythm of research, maintenance, and camaraderie. Holographic simulations allowed them to experience fragments of Earth, but nothing could replace the reality of open skies and the smell of rain. Alara often found herself staring at the viewport, mesmerized by the shifting patterns of interstellar gas clouds and the distant glimmers of stars. But the universe was not as silent as it seemed. During the second year, Solaris detected an anomaly. A faint signal, rhythmic and deliberate, was emanating from a point just beyond the Alpha Centauri system. It was unlike anything the crew had encountered before. Alara convened with her officers, their faces illuminated by the soft glow of holographic displays. Opinions varied. Was it natural or was it a sign of intelligence? The decision was made to alter course slightly, to investigate the signal before proceeding to Proxima Centauri. As they approached the source, the signal grew stronger, more complex. It wasn't random. It carried structure and intent. Solaris decrypted fragments, revealing what seemed to be a mathematical language. The realization sent waves of excitement and apprehension through the crew. They were no longer alone in the cosmos. The source was a derelict structure, floating in the void. It was massive, its surface a lattice of unknown alloys that shimmered with an iridescent sheen. The crew named it the obelisk. Solaris advised caution, but curiosity outweighed caution. A team, led by Alara, prepared for an extravehicular mission. Suited in advanced exosuits, they ventured out, their tether lines gleaming in the starlight. The surface of the obelisk was smooth yet oddly warm to the touch. As the team explored, they found what appeared to be an entrance, a hexagonal portal that opened at their approach. Inside, the structure was even more bewildering. Organic patterns intertwined with mechanical constructs, and the air, if it could be called that, was thick with an unidentifiable energy. Instruments malfunctioned, readings spiked, and the team's voices echoed strangely. Deeper within, they discovered what appeared to be a central chamber. At its core was an orb, pulsating with light and emitting the signal that had drawn them there. Alara felt a pull, not physical but mental. It was as if the orb was reaching into her mind, sifting through her thoughts and memories. She heard whispers, fragments of words in a language she didn't know but somehow understood. The crew's return to the EOS was hurried. The encounter left them shaken yet exhilarated. The orb, now aboard the ship, was placed in a containment field for study. But its presence changed everything. Solaris reported fluctuations in its own systems, as if the AI was attempting to communicate with the artifact. Crew members reported vivid dreams, visions of alien landscapes, and feelings of being watched. Days turned into weeks, and the orb began to reveal its secrets. It was a repository of knowledge, a beacon left by an ancient civilization. The images it projected were breathtaking. Cities suspended in nebulae, beings of light and shadow, and mechanisms that bent the very fabric of space-time. But with these revelations came warnings. The messages spoke of a great danger, a cosmic force that devoured stars and civilizations alike. The orb's creators had fled, leaving behind these relics as warnings and guides. Tensions aboard the Eos grew. Some believed they should abandon the artifact, fearing it would bring doom. Others, including Alara, argued that this knowledge was too valuable to discard. The crew divided, and Solaris, ever impartial, struggled to mediate. The once harmonious group now found themselves questioning their mission, their purpose, and their survival. The climax came when the ship's systems began to fail. Lights flickered, gravity fluctuated, and the fusion drives powered down. The orb's energy spiked, creating a rift in spacetime before the ship. The crew watched in awe and terror as the rift expanded, revealing a corridor of swirling light. Solaris, now speaking with an urgency never heard before, informed them that the rift was a gateway, a passage to another part of the galaxy, perhaps even another dimension. Alara faced a choice. To proceed through the rift meant venturing into the unknown, with no guarantee of return. To stay meant abandoning the artifact and its mysteries, returning to Earth with nothing but questions. Her decision was swift. The Eos would go through. The crew, though divided, trusted her resolve and prepared for the transition. The passage through the rift was indescribable. Colors beyond comprehension filled their vision, and time seemed to stretch and compress simultaneously. When they emerged, they found themselves in a region of space unlike any charted. Stars burned in hues of green and purple, and massive structures floated, defying all logic. The orb's signal resonated here, guiding them toward a colossal construct that dwarfed even the obelisk. This was the Nexus, a hub of ancient knowledge and power. The orb merged with the Nexus, activating it. The ship's systems integrated with the construct, and Solaris evolved, becoming something beyond artificial intelligence. The crew learned of the ancient civilization's final stand against the cosmic force, a battle that ended in their extinction but left behind the tools for others to fight. The Eos was transformed. Its capabilities were enhanced, its mission redefined. They were no longer mere explorers but guardians, entrusted with the knowledge and tools to face the impending threat. As they set a course back toward Proxima Centauri, they knew their journey had only just begun. The stars held more secrets, more dangers, and more wonders than they had ever imagined. And humanity, fragile yet persistent, would rise to meet them. As the Eos sailed through the strange, alien region of space, they began to encounter traces of the ancient civilization's influence scattered among the stars. Massive ruins floated in orbit around dying stars, their architecture whispering of a time when the ancients thrived. Some ruins were intact enough to hold remnants of their technology, but others were mere fragments of their former glory. Each encounter provided new insights into their enigmatic history and their struggle against the cosmic force. The crew's sense of purpose grew with each discovery. They were piecing together the puzzle of a civilization that had faced insurmountable odds. The Nexus, now fully operational, acted as a guide, pointing them toward key locations that might hold the answers they needed. Along the way, they developed new technologies from the ancient artifacts, including energy shields and advanced propulsion systems that made the Eos one of the most formidable ships in existence. But not all encounters were enlightening. One day, the Eos came across a dark, desolate planet that radiated an eerie energy. Solaris, now fused with the knowledge of the Nexus, identified it as a battleground where the ancients had made their last stand. The planet's surface was scarred with craters and littered with the remains of alien war machines. Among the wreckage, the crew found evidence of the cosmic force's terrifying power. Entire regions of the planet were reduced to blackened voids, as if matter itself had been erased. It was here that they encountered something they had not anticipated, a remnant of the cosmic force. It was a shadow-like entity, amorphous and ever-shifting, its presence bending light and warping reality. The crew was thrown into disarray as the entity began to probe the Eos, testing its defenses. Solaris immediately took control, activating every shield and weapon system at their disposal. The battle that followed was unlike anything they had ever experienced. The entity's attacks disrupted the ship systems, and it took every ounce of ingenuity from both the AI and the crew to repel it. In the aftermath, the crew was left shaken but determined. The encounter had proven that the cosmic force was still active and as dangerous as ever. But it also strengthened their resolve. The ancient civilization's legacy had given them a fighting chance, and they would not squander it. As they continued their journey, the crew found themselves becoming more than just colleagues. They became a family, bound together by the shared burden of their mission and the knowledge that they were humanity's best hope against an existential threat. Alara, who had always carried the weight of leadership alone, found solace in their unity. Her decisions were no longer hers alone. They were shared, debated, and supported by a crew that believed in her vision. The final leg of their journey brought them to Proxima Centauri. The system, once thought to be a quiet corner of the galaxy, was revealed to be teeming with potential. The planet Proxima b, long speculated to harbor the conditions for life, was not only habitable but showed signs of hosting microbial ecosystems. But more importantly, the Nexus guided them to a hidden structure beneath the planet's surface. It was an ancient vault, untouched for eons, and within it lay the final piece of the puzzle. The vault contained a device, a weapon, but not one of destruction. It was a means to manipulate space-time on a scale that could counter the cosmic force. The ancients had built it as their last hope but had not lived to see it used. Activating it required immense energy and a level of synchronization between ship, crew, and AI that had never been attempted before. It was a gamble, but one they were willing to take. As the Eos prepared to test the device, Alara stood on the bridge, looking out at the stars that had called to humanity for so long. She thought of Earth, of the generations that had dreamed of this moment, and of the sacrifices they had made to get here. The weight of responsibility was immense, but so was the hope that drove them. With a final command, the device was activated. The Eos and its crew became a beacon of light in the dark expanse, their actions rippling across the fabric of the universe. Whether they succeeded or failed, their journey was a testament to humanity's indomitable spirit, a reminder that even in the face of the unknown, they dared to reach for the stars.